vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, you know. Tom is a complete fighter, but I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys, and I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and you know, just moving around a lot. It might frustrate Tom.
Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if Jon Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout.
Ciryl Gane, who's 6'5", 247 pounds, moves like a 170-pounder. It's crazy. He's bouncing like Wonder Boy, like bouncing like this the entire fight, bouncing, throwing feints, like completely changed the standard of heavyweight striking. And I'm not exaggerating.
Ciryl Gane wins, and then Jon's like, "I'm back. I already was in the testing pool. I was in the testing pool before he won. Give me a title shot." Would that not be the most ultimate move of all time? That shit would be hilarious.
That would be devious.
That shit would be hilarious.
It would be funny.
That shit would be hilarious.
He's gonna get hated on for that.
Don't care.
But it's gonna
he
be
would make
funny as
$10
hell.
million to become the heavyweight champion
over a guy he just took down relatively. My man came out, he threw a couple of strikes. He said, "Nah, we wrestling."
The UFC heavyweight scene is about to explode, and all eyes are locked on the monumental clash between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane. This isn't just another fight, it's the collision of power, precision, and movement that could redefine the entire division. When Alex Pereira, a man who knows what greatness looks like, says Ciryl Gane is a monster, the world listens, because he's not exaggerating. Tom Aspinall might be the current king, but Gane brings something different to the cage: grace, intelligence, and technical mastery wrapped in a 247-pound frame. This showdown feels less like a fight and more like destiny meeting skill. Pereira gave his honest breakdown, and his words turned heads. He said Tom has fought his fair share of aggressive brawlers, fighters who rush in throwing wild power shots. But Gane, he's not that kind of opponent. He's patient, elusive, and almost impossible to pin down. Gane's movement is special, Pereira explained. He's going to frustrate Tom. It's going to be tough for him to get his timing early. That's the kind of statement that makes fans pause. Because if Tom can't find his rhythm, even for a few minutes, Gane could completely take over. Pereira believes the key lies in Gane's footwork, the constant circling, feinting, and staying just out of range. And that's what could make this fight so unpredictable. Ian Gary, on the other hand, sees it going the opposite way. He believes this heavyweight battle might not even reach the second round. Tom's unbelievable, he said. He's one of the best heavyweights the UFC has ever seen. Gary pointed out that it doesn't matter how Aspinall won his title. What matters is that he continues to prove he's the top man in the division. In Gary's eyes, Aspinall's speed, fight IQ, and composure make him a nightmare for anyone, including Gane. But over in France, Benoit Saint-Denis isn't backing down. Confident and proud, he predicted, France will finally have its first UFC champion. He said he's been training with Gane more than ever this year, and he's never seen him more focused or determined. He's quiet right now, St. Denis added, but he's locked in, working harder than ever. This time, he's ready to shock the world. That level of preparation comes from experience. Ciryl Gane has been in the fire before. He's fought legends, fallen short, learned, and come back sharper. He's evolved from being just a striking wizard to a more complete fighter. His training partners say his movement and patience have reached a new level. He's ready to go 5 rounds if needed, St. Denis claimed. It'll be tactical, high level, and I truly think he can beat Aspinall. He called Gane's athleticism rare, even among elite fighters, and believes this is his moment to finally take gold home to France. But Chael Sonnen wasn't impressed by the idea of what Gane's win would mean. Always the realist, he questioned whether beating Aspinall would even elevate Gane's reputation.
For Tom, you were originally supposed to fight Jon Jones for the belt. Now it's Ciryl. So my question is simple. Considering that Jones is nearing the end and Ciryl is in his prime, who do you consider the biggest test right now?
Cyryl's the guy I'm fighting, so he's the biggest test right now. Jon Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can.
What do you think about Aspinall and Ciryl Gane? Like, who do you think you will win? Is the winner something that interests him?
Cara, ali é uma luta assim difícil, né? Mas, o Tom Aspinall, campeão, vem mais confiante. Mas assim, eu vejo que ele lutou com atletas também, assim, muito agressivo, entendeu? E ele tá levando a melhor ali, mas acho que o Ciryl Gane, ele é um cara assim que movimenta mais. É um cara que não gosta de se expor, entendeu? Um pouco ali de medo e tal. Então, quando você tem um certo medo, um receio, você acaba não tomando muitos golpes. Então, a gente vai ver, vamos ver, porque de repente ele pode frustrar um pouco, né? O Tom Aspinall ali, de passa ali primeiro, segundo, terceiro round, vai levando pro final. A gente não sabe como que ele vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, Tom is a complete fighter, but I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys, and I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and just moving around a lot, and might frustrate Tom. So first, second, third round, maybe Tom can't find Ciryl Gane, so I think it's going to be a different fight.
Even if Gane wins, Sonnen said, he still won't be considered the top heavyweight. That spot belongs to Jon Jones. He called this fight risky, suggesting Gane's victory might create an awkward situation where the UFC doesn't know what to do next. If Jones returns, he said, would they even book him against Gane? Probably not. For Sonnen, the fight is as much about the division's future as it is about pride. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall spoke with the calm confidence of a champion. There's pressure in every fight, he admitted, but I perform best under pressure. He reminded everyone that Gane's the one stepping into his third title shot with the weight of his previous losses on his back. There's pressure on both sides. He said, I don't want to lose in front of millions of people. That's what drives me. It's that blend of honesty and confidence that's made Aspinall such a respected figure. He embraces the grind and the fear that comes with it. Henry Cejudo called this matchup the ultimate test. He said Gane's agility and reach make him one of the hardest puzzles in the division, but Tom's ability to mix striking and wrestling could be the deciding factor. If Tom gets him to the mat, the fight changes instantly, Cejudo explained. That's what makes it fascinating. He also added that this fight could signal whether Jon Jones is serious about coming back for one last run. Kamaru Usman gave both men their flowers. People sleep on Gane, he said. The way he moves, his kicks, his timing, it's elite. But he quickly added, Tom's boxing speed and power are unreal. He's got that dangerous mix of timing and accuracy. You can't underestimate that. To Usman, this is one of those matchups where both men could win, and no one would be surprised. Curtis Blades, who knows Aspinall's game firsthand, said it comes down to grappling. Tom's better there, he said. He can control where the fight happens. Blades pointed out how Gane's loss to Jon Jones revealed gaps in his ground game, and if Aspinall takes advantage of that, it could be over fast. If it goes beyond the first, he said, Aspinall takes over completely. Michael Bisping echoed similar thoughts. This fight's dangerous, he said, but that's what makes it great. He praised both fighters' athleticism, but insisted that Tom's lifelong jiu-jitsu background gives him the upper hand. He's been training grappling since he was a teenager. His dad drilled it into him, Bisping noted. If he takes Gane down, that's his world. He also warned fans to watch out for Jon Jones on social media if Tom doesn't win as quickly as Jones did. You just know Jon's going to tweet something. Bisping laughed. Ariel Helwani shed some light on what's happening behind the scenes. He revealed that Aspinall pushed to fight in Abu Dhabi for personal and financial reasons. He didn't want to wait for New York, Helwani said. Taxes are lighter in Abu Dhabi, and it's closer to home. He also reminded fans that this matchup has been brewing for years, with both fighters circling each other and the timing finally lining up. It's poetic, Helwani said. The fight fans wanted is finally happening. Elijah Smith backed Aspinall's dominance. Tom's different, he said. He's got heavyweight power, but middleweight speed. He doesn't move like the rest. Smith added that while anything can happen in the octagon, right now, no one matches Tom's momentum. He's too sharp, too confident. He's just ahead of everyone. Matt Brown looked beyond the fight itself. He said this matchup is about restoring pride to the heavyweight division. If Gane wins, Brown warned, the division loses credibility, but if Tom wins, he brings it back. He emphasized that the division needs a dominant, respected champion, and Tom has the chance to become that. MMA Guru didn't mince words. Aspinall by first round knockout, he declared. If Tuivasa could hurt Gane, Tom's going to sleep him. He joked that if Gane wins, Jon Jones fans will suddenly switch sides. They'll pretend they've always supported Gane, he said. But under the jokes, Guru's point was clear. Gane's grappling is his weakness, and against someone like Tom, that's a recipe for disaster. Eric Anders added, Tom just has more tools. He's faster than Gane, probably hits harder, and he's got submissions too. Julius Walker agreed, saying Aspinall's versatility is what makes him dangerous. He can match Gane's movement, but if it hits the mat, Tom wins by submission, he said. And that's what makes this fight so special. Two heavyweights who move like lightweights, both with something massive to prove. Ciryl Gane wants redemption, a third chance to claim what slipped away before. Tom Aspinall wants validation, to show the world that he's not just champion by name, but by dominance. It's the perfect storm, the tactician versus the finisher, the artist versus the hammer. And when that cage door shuts, one of them will leave as the face of the heavyweight division, while the other will be left wondering what went wrong. Whatever happens, this isn't just another main event, it's a defining moment for the UFC's biggest stage. The excitement around this matchup isn't just coming from fighters and analysts, it's coming from fans around the world who have been craving a heavyweight fight with true skill and speed. For years, people complained that the heavyweight division lacked finesse. Fighters were strong but slow, relying too much on raw power instead of technique. But Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane have completely changed that perception. These are not typical heavyweights. They're fast, calculated, and move like they're 2 weight classes lighter. This fight is being called a showcase of new age heavyweight MMA, where precision and strategy matter as much as brute force. Both men represent the evolution of the sport, and that's why it feels so monumental. No. Behind the scenes, rumors suggest that the UFC is keeping a close eye on the outcome of this bout because it could decide the next few years of heavyweight matchmaking. If Aspinall wins, he could finally get that long-awaited showdown with Jon Jones, creating one of the biggest fights in UFC history. But if Gane pulls off the upset, it could spark a new rivalry and even a rematch down the line. Sources say both fighters have already been asked to stay ready for potential backup scenarios in late 2025, depending on injuries and retirement. That means this fight isn't just about a title, it's about setting up the next chapter of heavyweight history. The stakes couldn't be higher, even fighters outside the division have been weighing in. Middleweights and light heavyweights have spoken about how inspiring it is to see 2 big men move with such agility. Some even compared Aspinall and Gane to legendary athletes like Anderson Silva and Georges St-Pierre, praising how they blend power with artistry. The respect between the two is real. Both have publicly praised each other's skills, but the hunger to dominate is stronger. This isn't personal hatred, it's competitive fire. When that cage closes in Abu Dhabi, it's not just about who hits harder, it's about who's evolved more, who's smarter under pressure, and who truly belongs at the top of the sport. Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain. The winner of Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane won't just walk away with a belt, they'll walk away as the new standard for what a modern heavyweight should be.